I have the privilege of being in Wound. It's been an amazing ride the last 6 months, and tonight we're going to enjoy the fruits of our labor.
Tonight is the premiere in Auckland and New Zealand, and it's very exciting.
Let's just say it's a long time between drinks, and it's 10 years since I made a feature film, so I'm very nervous and very excited. This is like the first public screening. We don't know how people are going to take the film. So far it's all just been hype, so let's find out tonight.
When I first auditioned for it, I had no idea what the story was about.
Oh, we'll find that out later today, won't we? It's all to do with how an audience responds. Yeah. Hello. I know. I'm here for my exhibit.
Well, we've all got pain, we've all got sorrow, we've all got fear.
A bit of nervousness leading up to the day that we shot the first scene. And then about 5 minutes before we shot it, I just went...
We've all been to dark places and manic confusion. I didn't hesitate in embracing it.
That's cool. You really like Saw?
I really like Saw.
It's a little infamous around town. People were talking about it. People, I think, are coming tonight out of curiosity. They kind of want to know what all the fuss is about.
How can we compete with $100 million films? This is a film that was made for under $100,000. It's not everyone's cup of tea.
This is the first time Wound has been shown to the public, and from here it goes on down to Wellington next week and to the Fantasia Festival in Montreal and the Fright Fest Festival in London. So my role as a publicist, I've been working with David for nearly 10 weeks now, and we've launched a fairly huge Facebook campaign where we're building a kind of community before the film obviously screened, so suggesting it to our friends and sort of getting them to talk about the film on kind of our behalf using something like Facebook. We built a customized landing page for Facebook, so if you're not able to attend the premiere tonight, you can go to our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/woundnzfilm, and you can demand to see the film by entering in your email address, your country, and where you want the film to screen. So it's kind of, we're taking this approach where if the Wound isn't in your city and you want to see it, you can send us an email and join our mailing list and effectively demand to see the film in your area.
Very good team of people from all walks of life, including Mistress Sandy there.
Well, I am Mistress Sandy, but in the film I am Mistress Ruth. I'm the mother of Susan.
As the cast and the crew, we were all working really, really long hours, late into the evening. We were all in the journey together, and because we were all so tired, because we filmed in 12 days.
Everyone got along really well, and I think everyone respected each other, and yeah, I think it was just it was sort of a perfect mesh of everything, and that's how we got through it. I mean, there were bumps and hiccups along the way, but none that were just going to like send people spiraling out of control and say, "That's it, I'm out of here."
It added to the madness and it was a dark time for all of us, I think, but we used that in the shots, and then we could release and relax and have a wee crazy laugh afterwards.
Just taking Sandy as an example, I've known her for a decade.
Yes, a very long time.
And in fact, support.
It was a family atmosphere, yes, and all the whole crew and even the makeup artists, they were all brilliant.
Didn't really know anyone except Kaya Berry before I started, and I've now got lifelong friends.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit sort of distracted here.
Well, he'll be introducing the film in London and Montreal and giving a Q&A afterwards. Again, we're lucky to screen there because those are two niche festivals similar to Incredibly Strange, just happening in more major cities and globally. So I think the film is getting in front of the right eyeballs and the people who have a fondness for this kind of violent or kind of horror film.
Wound in 3 words. You may have to hit pause.
Certainly bold and audacious and kind of demented in a way.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
okay.
Three words.
Absolutely excited about tonight. Absolutely. This has been a long time coming. This is a dream fulfilled. This is a return to form for me after many years in the wilderness.
I'd take a look. As you know, not enough transgressive cinema in this country, you know, just stuff that takes it a bit further than the rest.
Great to see so many people come out to support local filmmaking. This is a very special night for me, especially. I go a long way back with David Blythe, not personally, otherwise it would be slightly nepotistic for the screening. More the fact that I was a very young university student in Dunedin when I first saw Death Warmed Up, and was absolutely knocked out by it when I had this epiphany that, you know, we can make this crazy shit as anyone else in the world. It was very inspiring, and I've always wondered what David got up to. There was lots of highs and lows throughout the rest of his career, which I'm sure will probably come out during the Q&A. But he's an inspirational filmmaker, and I'm so happy that he's made a feature film, especially in the horror genre. And guess what? He's here tonight along with the producer of the film, another fantastic individual named Andrew Beattie. Ladies and gentlemen, David Blythe and Andrew Beattie. Now this is the world premiere of Wound. Another festival is going to claim that, but we're just going to let that slide. But tonight you are the first audience in the world to see Wound. Mr. David Blythe. Andrew Beattie.
Welcome everyone. Thanks everyone for coming. I just quickly, before I pass you over to David, just really want to thank everyone that put their really hard work into the film. You know, basically without the crew, without suppliers, without our amazing DOP Mark and Andy, our sound guy, and basically all the effects guys, this film would never have happened. And I think this marks a bit of a welcome return for David onto the horror scene. And yeah, it should be a bit of a shock for New Zealand cinema. So yeah, David, excellent.
Thank you very much for coming out tonight. I know it's a Tuesday night. This is an amazing night for me because I honestly thought my career was over. But there is such a thing as faith and belief in yourself. And I've come back with an amazing movie, I believe. And I want to dedicate tonight to Kate O'Rourke, the leading lady. I also just want to say that, you know, New Zealand cinema is all about telling stories about ourselves, whether they are the good stories or the bad stories, and I think it's important that this film keeps the Film Commission honest. Thank you.
I had planned a session of pleasure for you, but you have chosen to receive a very different scenario. Start your lines.
I like it like that.
Right. Little Susan torched her mother in a fire of desire. Before she was all through,
She cut her daddy in two. No, she is real. She wants to kill me.
She's your daughter. Help her. You died before I could hold you.
Little Susan torched her mother in a fire of desire. Before she was through, she cut her daddy in two.
Louder, I can't hear you.
I am Susan, Master John's submissive housewife.
Much better.